Hello people, myself Syamnath. Today we gonna discuss a very important topic because the Army Chief General of India, Naravene, is on a 3-day visit to South Korea. So today we will discuss the relation between India and South Korea, and I promise you that today's class is going to be very fruitful from the um, prelims as well as men's point of view, because in this class we will our a lot of concept will be easy. We will discuss about uh, the relation between India and South Korea, and also the other topics. For example, how the sea lane of communication can be made secure, and how to strengthen the relation with the South Korea in the field of military as well as navy. So let's discuss. So first, let's see as the headlines. Army Chief General Naravene on 3-day visit to South Korea to bolster military cooperation. Though that this visit is especially to strengthen the relation in the field of military, and because our Army Chief General has already visited the fourth country, that is the Myanmar, Nepal, UAE, and South Africa. This is the recent visit during the COVID-19. So because as we all know that the tension in the Ladakh with the Chinese forces is going on, so we have to be remain alert. So the Army Chief General is visiting the country to strengthen the military relations. Next thing is that let's see the relations, because we are talking especially about the South Korea. So the how what is that what relations South Korea India is sharing and how this has developed so far. So if we talk about the consulate level, so consulate level in 1962, South Korea established a consular level relation with India, and just after the 11 years, South Korea has established an embassy. Means the from consul level to relation further improved to the ambassador level. So we have embassy in the capital of South Korea, Seoul, and also in the New Delhi. So both country have exchanged the ambassador level relations, because India and Republic cooperate. This is the diplomatic relations, and if we talk about, we will discuss through the map also. So next thing is that this is the two companies, L&T and HDFC. This is the Indian company which and both the private companies, they have signed an agreement of the $720 million to make the K-19 buzzer. This is the Indian name. K-90 buzzer is a it is a cannon, a self-propelled gun. Means 100 K-19 buzzer. It is a cannon and it is a gun which South Korea will supply to India. Almost 100 delivery. So it is being constructed through the mutual cooperation. The next thing is PM Modi. So we are going to discuss Seoul Peace Prize 2018. So in the history of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the first Prime Minister in India who received the Seoul Peace Prize in 2018. So this is a prize which is given biannually, twice in the year. Sorry, one time in 2 years. So it was last time given 2020, and this time in 2020 it was given to the other persons. So Prime Minister Modi became the first Indian Prime Minister to receive the Seoul Peace Prize. Next, India and Republic of said to bilateral trade. So if we talk about the economic relations, so they both the countries said to increase the bilateral trade relation by $50 billion by 2030, because presently we have $20 billion trade relation with South Korea. So by 2030 it is expected to increase by $50 billion, which is quite large. Next thing is $20 billion by 2018. This is the 2 years back. So next thing is Seyog and Hybliog. This is a Korean term which is difficult to pronounce. So this is in a Coast Guard joint anti-piracy rescue, because India as well as Korea both are heavily dependent on gas and oil. So the supply is being from the Red Sea, because this is the Red Sea and especially the surrounding country. So there is a more than half of the oil reserve is known here, and more than 40% gas reserve is present here. So both country, because for the oil and gas is dependent on the Gulf countries. So the sea lane of communication, this is the secure sea lane of communication, very important. So they have said to Coast Guard anti-piracy, because the ships and boats which are traveling through this region are being hijacked by the pirates and by the terrorists. So their security and safety is very important. So they are conducting a joint bilateral exercise, which is Coast Guard Joint Anti-Piracy Rescue Exercise. This is since 2018. Next, if we talk about, because we have the actist policy now. It was a locust policy before. So locust policy started in 1994 during the Narasimha Rao government under a very powerful finance minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. They both of them launched the locust policy in 1994. So LEP means locust policy first phase. During the first phase, Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia plus economy. So our integration with the Southeast Asian countries, and especially the economic integration, how to strengthen the economy. So it was under the PV Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh. So it was the first phase. During the second phase, LEP, locust policy second phase. So it was Southeast Asia plus East Asia. East Asia means Japan, China, South Korea. These countries also included, and plus economic relations. Then the security, from the security perspective, because security is very important. So next level, this was during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 1998. So third phase is Act East policy. So it was started because once the Hillary Clinton of US, she said that India is just looking in the East. He is not acting. India is not taking action in the East. So it further forced the Narendra Modi government to transition from the locust policy to the Act East policy. So this is the Act East policy. This is Asia Pacific, because the Asia as well as Pacific Ocean both are included. Plus commerce means trade relations, cultural relation means people to people contact. Then connectivity. Very important thing is the connectivity. How to increase connectivity. So connectivity plus high level visit. The Prime Minister, President, both the country will have a mutual visits, high level visit. Then developing, and very important is the developing Northeast region. So Act East policy's main aim is to develop the India's Northeast region, this region, especially these regions, because this is very close to these countries. Next thing, high level double taxation avoidance agreement. So India has entered into an agreement with the South Korea in 1988, double taxation avoidance agreement. This one, because India, what is double taxation avoidance agreement? Because suppose one company who is investing in other countries, so he has to pay tax in both the countries, in the home country as well as in the foreign countries. So companies, so India has this agreement with more than 80 countries, and according to the section 90 of the Income Tax Act 1961, companies are avoided from paying double taxes. Because we talk about the companies, because India, we are losing corporate companies. So because India corporate tax is 40%. If we in the same way, China has only 25% corporate tax. So it companies are being attracted toward China because we are imposing very high corporate tax. Next thing, this first Prime Minister visit in Narasimha Rao in 1911. So Narasimha Rao became the first Prime Minister to visit the South Korea. Next in 2000, POSCO. So you might have heard about the POSCO company. It is a South Korean company, which is it is the India's biggest FDI, because it is more than it was a pact was signed in 2005, and this is $12 billion. So it is a quite large. So it was the biggest FDI in the India, but due to the land requirement, because the local people this established the contract signed with the Odisha government. So this POSCO company, which is the biggest steel company, fourth largest steel company in the world, so it signed an agreement with the Odisha government. So it didn't materialize yet. It not came into force. Also, the Supreme Court of India in 2015 gave the green signal that this project should be started, because this project need more than 30,000 acre of the land. So the tribal people of Odisha were not ready, because it will result into a large scale of displacement of the people, and the ecology and environment will also get affected. So this was not. So this company, POSCO company, decided to leave the project. So it company has abandoned the project, and this project is no longer in the effect. So it is a very big loss to India, because it this project could have provided employment to the many people of the local people, and it could have made India a very big steel hub, superpower steel hub, but it is no longer there. Now we talk about the 2009 military logistic agreement. Very important agreement, because we have military logistics agreement just like Limua, because in 2016 we have signed a Limua agreement, means logistics agreement with the USA during the 2+2 talk. So what is this agreement? Because the military, this is about the Navy only. So when the Indian Navy will visit, especially to this region, through this, especially in the South China Sea and Yellow Sea and Sea of Japan, then South Korea will provide their facility for the replenishment of the Indian ships. So we can use the Korean bases, and Korea can use the Indian bases. Korean Navy can operate in the Indian Ocean. So this is the logistics agreement. This is similar to the Limua, but only difference between Limua and this agreement, that Limua covers all the topic: air force, military, all land, sea, sky, all. But this is only between the navy to navy. So this is the basic difference. Next thing is shipbuilding. Yes. So Korea is very famous. Korea is famous for the shipbuilding industry. So Korea has pioneered. So Korea can supply us very good ships, especially of the fighter ships and frigates. So it is very important from this perspective also. Next thing is Korea supported US. So very if we talk about the relations, Korea in 2018 there were two summit being held. So uh, what happened that in the Korea supported US system, because in India conducted 5 nuclear tests in 1998. In just after the 8 years, US Congress is proposed a proposal that India, because India is not a signatory to the NPT, Nuclear Non-Progress Treaty, which was signed in 1968. So India did not sign it because it was a discriminatory treaty, and it only gave permission to those countries who have already nuclear power, and a new country cannot acquire nuclear weapon. So India did not sign it. So those countries who have not signed this treaty cannot get the nuclear facilities. So US gave a very a big initiative to India and supported India, that India can take the technology of the nuclear technology from other countries. So he gave a waiver to India in 2018. So during the NSC meeting and International Atomic Energy meeting in 2002, in both the meetings, uh, South Korea supported India. Next thing we will discuss, that this is this map of South Korea.